This tutorial is going to be for the Imagination sweater with a different skirt on it. I've purposely left one of the sleeves short so that you can see what it looks like with just one row of shell around the armhole, and this one has 5 rows for a longer sleeve version. I suggest that you familiarise yourself with Mikey's Imagination sweater pattern. I'm going to be using the Peyton's Big Baby 8-ply, and it recommends to use a 4mm hook, so that's what I'm going to use. So after following Mikey's pattern, I have completed row 7, and this is where we join the armholes under the armpits there. So this part of the pattern is exactly like Mikey's pattern up to row 7. Okay, and in the pattern on row 8 it says that we have to double crochet in each stitch and chain 1 space across, but from now on we are going to change the pattern a little bit. We are going to make it a little bit fancy on the bottom, which will be perfect for any little girl. So we do row up to row 7, and then row 8 is different. So we have our jacket, and it is joined in the armholes. This is upside down as well. And what we want to do, we want to do 2 double crochets in every stitch across. Now this is going to be row 8. So we need to chain up 3. And then going into that same space, we want to put in another double crochet. And in every stitch across, we want to put in 2 double crochet stitches. So we are increasing in every stitch across. So we are coming up to the part where we're going to be working under the armpit. So again, just working 2 stitches into the stitch. At the end of the row that we've just done is going to be a little bit wavy because we've increased in every stitch. It's not really going to lay flat, so this is perfectly normal. This is what we want. If it doesn't go really crinkly, that's fine too. So for our next row, we want to chain 3, and every row from now on is going to be the same. So turning our work, and we're working back across the same row. We want to skip 2 stitches, and into the next stitch we want to work 2 double crochets, a chain 1, and back into the same stitch we want to work another 2 double crochets. Skipping 2 stitches, we want to work 2 more double crochets and a chain 1, and into the same space 2 more double crochets. And this stitch pattern is going to be the same all the way across to the other end of the row. So skipping 2 stitches, working a double crochet into the next stitch, and then another one into the same stitch, and a chain 1, and then into the same stitch 2 more double crochets into there. So it's 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the same stitch to the other end of the row. So we're coming up to the end of the row, and I need to miss 2 stitches, go into the next, And then the last stitch needs to be a double crochet. Well, I'm 1 stitch short, but this really doesn't matter because this row is going to be gathered with a piece of ribbon, and you will not notice that there's like 1 less stitch. Even if there's 2 less stitches, doesn't matter at all because you will not see it. So I need to skip 2 stitches and put in my last shell. This wool is driving me crazy because it keeps splitting. But I will push on. I probably won't bite again. So I have my last shell. And now I actually need 3 more stitches, but I only have 2 left. But that's fine, like I said. So we need to skip your 2 stitches if you have them. If you don't, it's fine. We want to double crochet into the chain 3, which is our last stitch. Double crocheting into the top of there. The top part of the jacket and a frilly bottom. Well, the last row we've done will be frilly, and this is what we need. So what we need to do to go up to our next row, we are chaining 3 because this counts as our first double crochet, and the edge of the baby's blanket will have double crochets all the way down to make it a nice even edge. And we want to go to the chain 1 space into our little shell stitch that we did here. So doing 2 double crochets into that chain 1 space, and then chaining 1, and then doing 2 more double crochets into that chain 1 space, and then in each chain 1 space across, so into the top of the shell, we're going to do another shell, and each row from now on is exactly the same. And in Mikey's pattern, he says to do from rows 9 till 17. So we just want to complete up to row 17, and that will be the end of our jacket. So complete this until we get up to row 17, and I will catch you up when I have finished making the rest up to row 17. After 17 rows, we should have something that looks like this. Now we are going to put the border on the opening and around the neck of the jacket.